Germany calling, Germany calling, Germany calling. One would describe as the height of...
William Joyce, better known by his nickname Lord Haw Haw, was an infamous Nazi propagandist who broadcast in English from Berlin for the duration of World War II. His broadcasts, which were recorded, are still available today. Much is known about his capture and punishment. Less is known about his earlier life, which reads like the escapades of a villain in an adventure novel. Joyce was born in New York in 1906. His parents were Irish, and the family returned to Ireland a few years later, settling in County Galway. Some assumed at the time that his betrayal of the Allies was due to Irish republicanism. However, nothing could be further from the truth. Both his parents were from the wealthy landowning class and were fiercely pro-British, an attitude they instilled in their son. During the Irish War of Independence, a teenage Joyce acted as an agent for the British military, passing information on rebel activity. The IRA were aware of his spying and sent down an order that he be assassinated. With the help of his British military handlers, Joyce escaped to England. Under the guise of joining the Worcester Regiment, Joyce enjoyed the safety of Norton Barracks, until it was discovered that he was too young to enlist, and he was discharged. Remaining in England, Joyce attended school, and 2 years later was joined by his parents. He was then accepted into Birkbeck College at the University of London, where he entered the Officer Training Corps. Obtaining a first-class degree in English, Joyce applied for a job at the Foreign Office, but was rejected. He drifted into teaching, and politically, into fascism. A committed colonialist, he believed in the virtue of the British Empire. Stung by the loss of his native Ireland, and incensed by moves to grant more autonomy to other areas of the empire, Joyce believed the establishment was weak, that under their watch, the empire would crumble. But it wasn't until 1932 that he joined Sir Oswald Mosley's British Union of Fascists. Joyce had a diverse and contrary skill set. He was a gifted orator, but also had a reputation as a fierce brawler. These skills saw him rise quickly, eventually to deputy leader and director of propaganda. However, Joyce and Mosley didn't get along, personally or politically. The BUF was modelled on Mussolini's version of fascism, without the obsession with Jews. Joyce was, and always had been, an anti-Semite. After the 1937 general election, he was fired. As war approached, Joyce was tipped off that he would be interned. This, together with his conversion from fascism to National Socialism, spurred his move from Britain to Germany. On a fraudulently obtained British passport, an act that would come back to haunt him after the war. Joyce's initial period in Germany was spectacularly unsuccessful. He was unknown to the Nazis and found no employment. Then, after a chance meeting with Dorothy Eckersley, a comrade who had also fled Britain, he got an audition at the German Broadcasting Corporation. The Nazis were very impressed by his oratory. His star rose quickly, not least in Britain, where his broadcasts were not illegal, with regular audiences approaching 10 million. Joseph Goebbels was a great admirer, mentioning him often in his diaries and praising his broadcasts. He received civilian awards from Hitler, although the two men never met. But as with the rest of the Nazi regime, the distant drums were moving ever closer. In April 1945, a drunken Joyce made his final broadcast. Within months, he would be arrested and then controversially hanged. A fittingly dramatic end to the life of a most infamous media personality.
Germany calling, Germany calling, Germany calling.